Hey, I'm Cam Miller with HS Customs. We are a restoration and custom shop located in Logan, Utah. We would like to invite you inside of our shop and show you some of the cool stuff we got going and share some of the stories and the journeys that go along with it. So welcome on in. All right, cool. Well, today, welcome in. We're going to start up here up front. Over here in this corner is, we call it the creative corner, arts and crafts. We do a lot of our CAD design over here, 3D printing, prototyping stuff. We do a lot of drawing, engineering, all that fun stuff. One of the projects we're working on or focused on today is we are working with DCB Performance Marine out of Phoenix, Arizona on one of their latest models of catamaran boats, and it's their M45. DCB is hands down probably one of the best boat manufacturers in the country, if not the world. Their attention to detail and craftsmanship is like none other. I mean, these guys are building boats like we would like to build cars, right? So this one here we're working on right now is a graphics package for the exterior gel coat. We're doing a lot of cool things. There's a lot of cool little tricks in this gel coat process that works really good in the paint world, but it's really hard in gel coat. So we are gonna push the limits for sure in the gel coat world. We're super excited about it. We were just down there visiting, working on developing the colors for this boat and some of the procedures to bring it to life. So more to come on that. Next step on this project will be interior design, the 3D stitch patterns, or sorry, CNC stitch patterns, and yeah, lots more to come on this project. So this is another exciting project that we have. We have decided that we would love to get into the more of the exotic car world, especially some of the newer stuff. It is so crazy how these cars perform. they're pretty insane. So we would like to get into this market and show the world what we have to offer and some of the cool stuff that we can do here. This is our first attempt at that. So we got, this here is a 2022 Porsche 911 Turbo. I got with Tech Art in Germany, and they are probably one of the best Porsche outfitters in the world. Their aero and power packages are phenomenal, second to none, really. So they were really cool about my approach to this project. So this project is truly a one of one. Tech Art created a GT Street R. That's their premier street version of their aero on the 911 platform. So they also came out with it's called a flyweight, which is a lightweight version of this car. So we got together and I asked them, can we mesh the two together and create pretty much a one of one car? So this car will have all the flyweight aero with it, but the GT Street R based interior with a lot of the more creature comforts. We redesigned all the interior, sent it all off to them to have them restitch it. We are right now just doing a quick fitment on some of the rocker stuff for the aero. And then this car is going into paint. So we're super excited about this project and can't wait to show you the journey along the way. This thing's gonna be awesome and we're excited. Okay, so we'll cruise back into the shop. We'll have the guys talk about what they got going on. This is a super cool OBS Chevy that we're finishing up. More on that later.
A little bit, burn some of the rubber off the top. Some different states you get to see. All right, so right here we got our 49 panel truck here in the shop. This is one that's been a really cool process actually. We got a roaster shop chassis for it, an LT1 that this actually sits on. The customer's actually driven this truck around the parking lot a little bit, burned some of the rubber off the tires, had to kind of set it in right, make sure that it was gonna be exactly what he wanted. So this is where we're at in the process. We've gone ahead and leaded seams, we've sandblasted it, gone around it with a light. We typically like to check for pinholes because sandblasting tends to illuminate all of the little pinholes that blow out, especially during welding. So that's where this is at. It's ready to go in the booth for epoxy. So that's our next process. We'll throw 5 coats of high build epoxy on it, block it down, get what we can out of it, and then start our bodywork process. But this is kind of a school bus, so we have it here on the rotisserie, so that way it's a lot easier for a guy like me when I go in the booth to be able to walk the whole side of it, get across the roof, because if this is even as low as it can, it's pretty hard for me to reach all the way across and get the whole roof epoxied evenly in one go. So this is just one of the main processes we follow through. So epoxy, then into bodywork.
Okay, we have a 1989 Porsche 964 Carrera 4, which means it's basically a 911 four-wheel drive. This car has been in hiatus for about 8 years. Another shop started the project. We're finishing up. We finally got everything mocked up. It was pretty much like a Lego kit with no instructions. So it's kind of just been figuring stuff out, getting things put on where they need to be so we can decide what needs to still be done, where we want to go. Right now this is just mock-up just to see where things fit. Carbon fiber panels, trunk, roof, hood, quarters, fender. This car is going to be super lightweight, run through whatever you can give it as long as it's kind of a road. It's a little all-wheel drive, but not full on like dune buggy. And yeah, that's pretty much where we're at for right now still.
Hey, how's it going? This is a 1929 Ford Model A. I learned AA is for the heavy duty frame and stuff. I like putting these together just because they come into us in some different states. You get to see other repairs people have made, like they rivet panels on instead of we'll cut all this out. Like this piece here was all rotted and we replaced it. That piece is replaced, but I still have to replace this piece here along with this whole thing there. Some parts are available, a lot of things we just have to fabricate. So that always presents a challenge. Like we can get the outside piece here, but we can't get the inside piece. That's the old one. This is a new one we made the other day, so that'll go in. Get my door handle. This is the back part of the floorboard. It came out. That's what it looks like when it's welded in and ready to go. So I just enjoy what I do and like to see the vehicles when they're done. And it seems like the day you deliver a vehicle is absolutely wonderful.
All right, I'm Ty here at HS Customs. This is the manual dump bed for our AA pickup truck. Not quite sure what year it is because depending on who you ask and where you look, it could be anywhere from a 28 to a 31. But this is basically the stringers, these vertical sections here. They would mount to the frame rails of the truck along with this cast piece. And you can tell if you look at this cast piece here that they actually did quite a bit of work with it. It's got a pretty significant crack through it, as well as a lot of these other pieces that were rebuilt had a lot of ovaled out holes on them, so you can tell that they really used this thing back in the day. The odometer showed over 20,000 miles, so who knows how much work that was performing back in those days. But those vertical stringers kind of attached to this upper frame via this very large cylindrical ram setup here. So if you look, this steering wheel setup here as you crank it, is going to start actuating this up. And if you can imagine, the rest of these frame pieces here will kind of build from there up, and then there'll be more stringers that then support the rest of it. So it's kind of, the rest of it's outside. We can take a look at it if you'd like to, but it's basically a giant metal steel cage that tilts and then has a tailgate that swings so that all the rocks will dump all out of it. So we're currently waiting on a couple of bushings here and there, and the rest of it should be pretty lickety split. So it's pretty fun to do some of these things and think about how much work this performed back in the day and how much work we perform now with so much less effort with hydraulics and electronics and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting stuff. So